Alright guys, we'll do a little fall update of the garden. Got a lot of feedback on the last one that my camera work was awful. I'll probably be honest with you, I don't think it's going to get any better, but I will try to hold it a little more steady. I don't have any impending rainstorms today, so I don't think I have to rush through it, but I don't want to make it too long. This is Japanese maple here. All my tropical plants are hanging off the side of it. They'll go inside at some point, probably in the next next month or two. Got an orchid mounted up there. Might be able to pick it out among all the branches there. If it sticks to the branch, I'm going to end up cutting off the branch and bringing it inside. All the extra fig trees here that I don't really know what to do with. We got figs ripening right now. You're going to see maybe a few darker figs. Yep, that one's almost ready. But a lot of these trees, I think I might actually plant in one of the courtyards in the at the high school here. Got the citrus trees going. You see the key limes are starting to come in. You can see those limes there. The other one's probably flowering right about now. They're a little I would say staggered time-wise with each other. It's getting ready to flower. This one's a Meyer lemon. That's probably getting ready to flower too. As is this, another lemon tree right here. This one's a different type of citrus. This is called the Buddha hand, so see if I can grow some of those fruits. Take a look here, peach tree. No peaches. If there were any left, I guarantee you the raccoons took them. Same thing, squirrels go after them too, but this squirrel trap I use, I try to catch them pretty regularly. We'll see if any show up in the next day or two. So this is kind of what the garden looks like in full bloom. It's like at peak production right now. So this is the herb part of the garden. You'll see I got some fig trees here. I got them getting extra sunlight to try and hasten the ripening process, but we'll see if that works. I got all the herbs that I use. They get pretty overgrown here, so I got like an unlimited supply here. That one's thyme. Got my basil, various versions of sage, chives. You'll see I had a lot of extra tomato plants, so I kind of put them in the back here. It gets kind of messy, but you can crank out a bunch of extra fruit and then cut them down. It gets nice and clean after that. It's a tomato garden. You see here, I usually try to grow cherry peppers on this side of the house. They grow exceptionally well. Excuse me, cherry tomatoes, not cherry peppers. Picked out most of them, but there's more starting to ripen. If we kind of zoom in, you'll see them. Lots of peppers here too. So if I kind of go in, you'll see that there are a number of peppers all along the edge here. A lot of times your fruit will stay hidden. You gotta find it. On the side of the house, these are my in-ground fig trees. They're all starting to ripen too. For example, this one is probably perfect to pick. And you can see how juicy the fig is. This is not like something you buy at a store. Well, all the in-ground trees start to produce a little later than the potted ones, but you see I usually probably get more off the in-ground than the potted ones. Going through, I'm starting to seed my fall greens. It's probably a Japanese mustard right there. Those are beets. Here's my hibiscus plant. Hasn't rained in ages, so I got side garden kind of watering right now. Again, all these extra tomato plants I don't know what to do with. A lot of times I'll just put them in a pot and see what comes out of them. Get some extra tomatoes. Backyard garden right here. You see this plant right here. This is a nice one. Carolina Reapers right here. This is the hottest pepper known to man. I don't really eat it. All I do is make a pepper spray with it and spray things that I don't want the deer to eat. Kind of teach them a lesson not to eat stuff off my property. This is where I start to seed all the fall stuff as well. So I got all my seeding trays here. Lots of lettuce, some more beets, do snap peas, mustard, cilantro, parsley. Also a bunch of squash plants here. They're starting to produce. I expect them to come in the next couple weeks. Kind of takes over the garden when you do that. Onto the backyard. A lot more shady here, but that doesn't stop you from growing stuff. You know, if you look at this tree is huge. This is the hazelnut tree. We'll see if I could spot any hazelnuts. The squirrels will go after these as well. In fact, you know, I knew where there were some. I wouldn't be surprised if a squirrel grabbed them. Actually, if you go high, if you zoom in there, you might be able to pick the hazelnut out on the leaf. It's one, again, you gotta kind of hunt for them. It's kind of a big part of growing stuff, is being able to find it when you have to pick it. That's another hazelnut tree. You need two to pollinate each other. This is the grapevine. Grapes are pretty much done for the season. All picked out. Right here, got peanuts growing, although I don't see any peanuts yet. Maybe they'll come in soon. Got this vine over here. This is this type of melon here. Miss Farah introduced it to me, the Kuka melon. It's a miniature melon. It tastes like a cucumber. Got the tomatoes. Starting to near the end of production, but there's still plenty of them. Tomatoes were kind of a bust relative to other seasons. More sunflowers. Sunflowers attract a lot of good birds. Starting to see the radishes here. This big thing, that's a horseradish. This, you probably don't recognize it, but this is eggplant. It's like an African version of mini eggplants. It produces like cherry-sized eggplants. Pretty tasty. Pepper garden is in full production. If you look here, a lot of spicy peppers here. This is literally one of the key ingredients to that hot sauce that I make, that I usually give everybody in school. Gut's a little overgrown, but you know what? It's all good. It's one of those good problems to have. Got my purple basil there. Celery over here. More beets. Those are in ground. They're a little bit more further along. See more peppers here. Nice production on this plant right here. This thing right here, this is the asparagus fern. Kind of takes over the garden. Grow a lot of stuff in pots that the rabbits try to eat, so if you put them high, the animals get lazy and they don't try to go high. So I'll put a lot of beets here. This is a variety of spinach called New Zealand spinach. And an onion right there. This part of the property right now is in peak production. These are all the in the potted fig trees. So I got lots of figs being produced. Some of them are just about done. For example, this tree's got no more figs on it. We've picked it all out. But some of them are just starting to ripen. So this tree, take a look. There's still plenty of figs here. And they're all ripening. They're going to continue ripening for the next month. They're all different colors. None of them have ripened on this tree, but they will. So if you grow different varieties, you can like spread the season out. Starting to ripen on this one. Same thing with this one. More here. This was my big project, my new thing. The passion fruit vine. You can see it is huge. No flowers, no passion fruit. So might be doing something wrong. Maybe it just takes more time. Probably don't have time though. It's gonna start getting cold at some point. Apple tree right here. Got a lot of exotic plants. This plant right here, this is a peppercorn plant. So if you have green, white, black peppercorns, this is the plant that produces it. And you see that in the front, I at least try to make things decorative. This is where all the majority of the flowers go. These flowers are going to die out, so we'll probably go with mums in a little bit. You can see that I've got some in ground. They're coming in nicely. They're getting ready to flower. But basically, that's what the property looks right now. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll post this video up. Everyone can talk about it on Monday, I guess. See you later.